just exactly what Jordan Peterson is. Okay? He is a pseudo-intellectual. It's a kind of an entertainer. Okay? He titillates people by sounding like he knows what he's talking about, and he's the world's greatest expert in the subject, and he is exuding perspicacity, insightfulness, and he's enlightening us. All right, but of course nobody knows what the hell he's saying, but they don't really, because it doesn't make any sense. But they're entertained, and they have been so bamboozled by this man. He is now styled the greatest public intellectual, right? Now, I'm just going to try to focus on some of the things he said in his maps of meaning, or his 12 rules, that are just absolutely preposterous, ridiculous, nonsensical, meaningless. But they have this, oh, how interesting, how intellectual, how brilliant, superficially. All right. I read something, what? I'm quoting now from the preface of Maps of Meaning. I read something by Carl Jung at about this time. It helped me to understand what I was experiencing. Okay? Let's see if it's possible. It was Jung who formulated the concept of persona, the mastered, feigned individuality. Okay? In other words, people pretended to be individuals, but they weren't, because of this mask. Right? That's what he's saying. Adoption of such a mask, according to you, allowed each of us to believe that we were authentic. Now he's going to quote you. Listen to this quote. This is a 19th century contemporary of Sigmund Freud, by the way. When we analyze the persona, we strip off the mask and discover that what seemed to be individual is at bottom collective. In other words, if the persona was only a mask of the collective psyche. Let's remember that now. There's such a thing as a collective psyche. Right? Fundamentally, the persona is nothing real. It is a compromise between individual and society as to what a man should appear to be. He takes a name or it's a title, exercises a function, he is this or that. In a certain sense, all this is real, yet in relation to the essential individuality of the person concerned, it is only a secondary reality. All right? I can't see anything. Tech, just keep going. I'm sorry. Oh, God. Okay, listen to this sentence. In a certain sense, all this is real, yet in relation to the essential individuality of the person concerned, it is only a secondary reality. Secondary reality. A compromise formation in making which others often have a greater share than he. The persona is a semblance, a two-dimensional reality, to give it a nickname. No. This is Jordan Peterson's comment. Despite my verbal facility was not real. I found this painful to admit. This is all nonsense to a 20th century man. Okay? We immediately react to this by saying, collective psyche, please prove to me that it exists. See? I want to know why you believe that, and is it in it, and is this is a metaphysical concept? Of course it is. See, we're not used to metaphysical concepts today. Jordan Peterson is, but he's an outlier. He's an anomaly in today's world. See, let's go back to Freud and Jung in the 19th century, and you might want to read a little bit of Julius Evola's Attack on the Modern World. Okay, you can put the book of the Attack on the Modern World of Evola up. Tech, put it up so people can see it. Tech is an intellectual, went to the best schools in New York City. And he said in high school he read Evola's work. And Evola is the Jesus of the right wing of fascism. He's a spiritual leader, intellectual leader. Evola. It's coming up now. It's coming up. Oh, okay, where am I? All right, Evola's, there it is. The revolt. I said attack. No, the revolt against the modern world. Julius Evola. Okay. Tech believes, I'm not allowed to reveal his real name. Tech believes that Jordan Peterson has actually plagiarized much of this book by Evola. You know, I don't care. I mean, this is not interesting to me. Tech thinks it's fascinating. The guy is very interesting. The guy is also a plagiarist. I'm more interested in knowing if there is any content to Jordan Peterson's ideas. If there's any real content, as he likes to say, meaning. Okay. I'll take a few. Right. So, oh, yeah. I didn't make my point about the 19th century and Freud and Jung and Hegel. Earlier, I think. Substantially earlier. Okay? Hegel's philosophy was that the world was spirit, and that all phenomena evolved from the spirit, and so that this spirit, this metaphysical force, was driving history. Okay, you believe that? This is a popular belief. Right. So in the 19th century, Freud and Jung, they just went crazy, creating theories to explain human behavior. Freud with his Oedipus complex, these are like fantasies. I mean, there's no way to validate them, verify their truthfulness. But I mean, this idea of the collective, what's he called? What do you call it? The collective psyche. I mean, what a preposterous formulation, theory that is, that there's a collective psyche. But what you must understand is this is a metaphysical idea, like Hegel's spirit, okay? It's a metaphysical idea. So, if you analyze everything, that all of these crazy ideas that Jordan Peterson has, all 19th century ideas. For example, this idea about the importance of mythology and how it is responsible for morality, human behavior. Okay? Read Paul Thagard, PhD's article in Psychology Today. God. Put this up. Thagard's article, the cover of his article in Psychology Today. Check. Put up Thagard, Paul Thagard's article in about Jordan Peterson in Psychology Today. Okay? It might take a little time. Doesn't matter. Thagard takes apart every single allegation in Maps of Meaning, okay, and debunks it. For example, the universality of mythology. He explains that there's nothing in Chinese belief systems that is in any way related to Western mythology. I mean, he talked about Hegel in history. Jordan Peterson makes a statement in one of his books that history, you can only understand history through an understanding of mythology. Okay? See, this is a Hegelian idea. And again, he is a 19th century thinker. Okay? Jordan Peterson. This is 19th century thinking. Okay? Oh, I love this. See, most of it is just jibber jabber. It sounds profound. That's what it is. It's jibber jabber that uses in a very sophisticated language. It sounds profound. Okay? I mean, in his one of his prefaces, introductions to his 12 rules, he explains that genocides result from failures to identify. Well, it doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, I can't really understand what he's saying. There you go. You got it now. Paul Thagard, PhD, Psychology Today, Jordan Peterson's Flimsy Philosophy of Life, February 14, 2018. All right. So it's very hard to understand exactly what he's saying, but it sounds very profound and intelligent. You know? And he's saying that the Holocaust and these other genocides resulted from a failure to identify with to identify the Nazis' failure to identify with the Jews. Okay? I mean, I don't. It's so preposterous, so silly. You know, I hate to analyze it and refute it. It's so obviously stupid, meaningless crap. God. So what's the bottom line here of this Jordan Peterson phenomenon? The bottom line is that you can become one of the most famous people in the world with style alone, just because of your style. It can be superficial, meaningless, stupid, crazy. It doesn't matter. If you can stun, dazzle people with your style, okay? You can become a Jordan Peterson. That's what it means. So you're able to read something. You know, I want to go back to my YouTube that I did yesterday. I want to reinforce now. 12 Rules of Life. Designed to tell young people how to live their lives. The rules involve things like telling the truth. Put up the 12 rules for me, Tech. Put up the 12 rules. I mean, I know them almost by heart.